Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video on this channel, Financial Wealth Community, where we are building wealth. So today we are going to talk about using business as a way to build wealth. We are going to revolutionize this approach because I know a lot of people who run their businesses perhaps don't see it as a way that they can use their business or use business per se to build wealth. So I'm going to take you through 5 different ways that you can do that today. And the first one is asset accumulation. So what does that actually mean? That means where people buy a business, they may not actually even work on that business themselves. So they might buy it as an investment, but the business, is going to appreciate over time, and they can do what they want to it over a period of time. Maybe they sell it, maybe they keep it, whatever. There's a lot more talk about that I'm seeing recently. I recently read an article where someone was running a business and they were tired, they were stressed out, and they no longer wanted to run that business. And an investor came along, and that investor bought their business. But not only did they buy the business, because that person didn't want to do all the other things that goes with running a business, they actually employed them. So they still ran the business, but they were employed. They didn't have to deal with all the risk and all the other stuff that we have to do with as business owners. So the investor bought the business with the person who ran it, employed them, so gave them a wage, and got them to still run the business. And then over time, their plan was to either grow the business so then they could sell it on, or to just keep it for a number of years, because for them it was cash flow. So that's a way that you can buy businesses. People build their businesses and get it to a point where it is ready for them to sell it and move on. So that's a way of building wealth. Another one is financial freedom. Business, you look at business as financial freedom. What do you mean, Jackie? It's hard to work in a business. I work more hours in a business than I did when I was employed. Yeah, okay. So it depends on how you set up your business. I definitely don't work more hours, okay? Not all the time, actually. I get to choose. And so this is the thing where we talk about financial freedom. When you're employed, there's a ceiling, or rather they set how much you earn. And that could be a large amount. So this is not, I'm not talking here about running a business versus being employed. We can do that another time. But I'm talking about how a business can give you financial freedom. You may be most active and better to run your business, say, in the evening. I'm definitely not. I'm more of a morning person in terms of I'm alive. I've got more innovation going on. As the day goes ahead, I start to fade. So I'm not an evening person, but you might be an evening person. So you don't have to be set by 9 to 5. You work when you're at your most best, right? When you're at feeling your most energy. So you get to choose to optimize that. You also get to choose how much you earn. You actually do get to choose that. Obviously, the more you want to earn, or depending on how innovative you are, you don't have that ceiling. You can decide, I want to do this, I want to do that, I have this amount that I want to earn. There's no one to say to you, well, no, this is how much your job pays, and that's it. You want to put in more effort, or you can earn more money, or you want to be more strategic in how you get your money. It's all up to you. So there does come an element of financial freedom, because you get to choose, or you get to choose how and what you actually earn from your business. So that is also another way of how businesses can help you to build wealth. Another one is legacy. This is a big one for me. Legacy and creating generational wealth. So we've probably all heard of businesses where we hear people saying it's been in the family for hundreds of years. That's creating legacy. That's building generational wealth. I have a family member who married somebody whose father had given them the business, passed the business on down to them. Then together as a couple, they built this massive business that became the number one business where they live. Then also their children went off to uni, did other things, and then some of them decided to come back and work into that business, because you're bringing in fresh ideas. It's a new generation. Things change, as we know. They're coming in with new ideas, and they now are running that business. That is creating a legacy. Your grandchildren, whoever that follows you, can work in this business and help to build something that you start. So that's legacy and generational wealth. And don't think of it only as your blood family. You may have nieces, you may have nephews, but you may have godchildren. You may have friends that you help to raise their children, and you can see a spark in them, and you can see how they could help or how you could get them involved in your business, so that when you have left, that is still going on. So it doesn't just have to be about blood family. It's about creating that legacy and creating generational wealth for those that are coming behind us. It's also about building community. So building up your community, because guess what? When you run a business, you get to decide who you employ. You get to decide on the type of people that you employ. So you can be as diverse as you want to, or that person who you know had a bit of a troublesome life who's now turned their life around, but because they have a past or a history, other people don't want to employ them. You can be the person that helps them to create wealth by you employing them into your business. So that is legacy building and creating generational wealth. Another way that business helps you to build wealth is education. So financial skills, what you learn with building a business. My goodness, the 10 years that I have run my business, I'm definitely not that person that I was 10 years ago for so many different reasons. But it's the learning that happens. It's the financial skills that you learn. I mean, you can learn that through business as well. I started that journey when I was in my 20s, and for some of you who may have heard my story, got myself into a bit of debt. I was living on my own when I was 17, or with my brother when I was 17, and I had to learn on the go. And so I got myself into a little bit of trouble, a little bit of debt. And because I was working as an accountant in the city, I was managing other people's money, but my mindset was different because they had lots of zeros. And so I just didn't realize that the same strategy that I was using to manage their money was the same strategy I needed to use for mine, for running my personal money. But then when you start to run your business, it goes to a whole nother level. Running a business, you have to learn how to budget. So if you learn how to budget when you're running your business, you're going to use the same strategy for your own personal money. You're going to learn how to invest in your business. You can use that for your same personal strategy, which is building wealth. So the education, and it's not just financial education, it's lots of other education that you learn when you're running your business as well. So that's another way of building wealth, is the education. And the final one I'm going to talk about just in this video is empowerment. That's that mindset shift that has to happen if you are running a profitable business. And I say if, because not everybody runs a profitable business. Not everyone, would you believe it or not, gets paid from their business. I know that, okay? I know that. This is what I work hard to try and change. But the empowerment comes with the mindset shift. As you start to shift your mindset, as you start to grow your business, as your business is paying you regularly, so you've got a regular cash flow, your business is sustaining you, and then you are also scaling that business, you're employing other people, you become so empowered. You learn what it is to take risks. You don't become so fearful of taking risks, because you know if you've built once, you can build again, even if something doesn't work. And that is very empowering. And also you learn about yourself. I have learned so much about myself from running my business. I have learned where my strengths are. I have learned where my weaknesses are. And so I try to use my strengths more, and then I will outsource where my weaknesses are. If it's something I can't learn or develop, or I just don't want to do it, then I will outsource that aspect of my business. And so all of this makes you empowered. And so as you're learning and becoming empowered in your business, you're also becoming empowered to create wealth. Remember, wealth is not just about physical money, although that is absolutely a lot to do with it. But it's also about the connections you're making, your network, the people that you're meeting. And if you're running a business, you will be meeting people because you have to sell to people, right? So you will, all of these skills that you are gaining is all helping you to build wealth. So I always say to people, I've said to my own children, rather, I should say, and people that I talk to about businesses, yes, running a business is not for everyone, but I can tell you this, what you learn from running a business is second to none. So it may be that you just do something on the side, what it equips you with, the skills you learn from it, and yes, the money you make from it is all that you need, and is that's going to enable you to build wealth. So consider that. Think about that. If you do already run a business, remember you're running a business, but you're building wealth. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, please do subscribe to my channel. Share it with people that you think this could help them on their journey as well. I look forward to seeing you on another video. Thank you. Take care.